Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about what I am learning the hard way in a lot of days in Dark Dimension 3. Number one, most important, is that the key character for the first half of Dark Dimension 3 is Phoenix. So I think you've seen that from probably a lot of other content creators if you've been surfing here in YouTube much, but she's pretty amazing what she accomplishes each day, just from her automatic Phoenix Rising when she turns to summon and is able to hit this vitality drain because it's instantly available. Well, system's running nice and slow today. Hitting this vitality drain and stealing 20% of health is a huge part of what you can do on most normal days in Dark Dimension 3. Now, when you can get all the way to her ultimate, it's great, but that's pretty tough sometimes. She is the MVP for literally half of Dark Dimension 3, so she makes sense. Now, why do I start with her? Because the interesting thing is, like, there's so much discussion on the bottlenecks of being able to level characters to gear 14, and I've realized I may be leveling too many. Like, did I do too many? Like, we knew you need 5 total to enter Dark Dimension, and then we start adding in other interpretations that aren't necessarily true. So then we know that there are nodes that are global specific, cosmic specific, and city specific, but you don't need a full team of 5. Like, half the time I'm just running Phoenix and then Colossus on the other side to give her a chance to get all the way to her ultimate, and that leaves spaces so like Black Panther can't chain. So I don't even want all 5 in there right now. And sometimes if you're refreshing and trying to do it even faster, just put Phoenix in, let her go, 20%, done. 50 cores. 50 power cores. So a lot of people do that if they're speeding up. I'm not going to try to speed mine up until I have teams that can get all the way through. So yeah, so number one on the MVP list is Phoenix. Now, getting further in, Cosmic is interesting too, because in Cosmic, the other MVP there is not really Hela so much as it is Greg. Greg is probably the Cosmic MVP, because when they kill him, 1, they're not killing your other characters, 2, they're losing speed bar. So that seems to be really important in what's happening there. Now, mine's clearly not ready. I'm just starting to level Hela, but I intend to have her up by, say, the end of April, or maybe halfway into May, because I will level Black Bolt as soon as I get him too. But yeah, Greg seems to be the MVP, so definitely want to include him. And on the city lane, the research that I've done with other players who have completed is they're adamant that Symbiote Spider-Man does most of the work. So there's 3. So remember, you need 5 characters to start. Here's 3 MVPs. 1 MVP per, like, Foundation, Cosmic, City, and Global. So from there, it gets kind of interesting. So you only need 2 more to enter, and then you can just use these. So my recommendation is next, like, I really believe you need a tank to help deal with Black Panther in the 3rd node, which is known to be the toughest node of Dark Dimension 3. So let's look at it real quick. Get over there, come on. Yeah, this Brawler node, I have been on it for 10 days so far, and I believe I'm maybe just a little past halfway, 29 million of 54. Nope, not even halfway. Managing Black Panther and Gamora's turn meter gain and not letting Black Panther get multiple kills. So if you can put Colossus over there and stop him from getting the kill, his automatic defense up on Phoenix lets me get to her ult, and his automatic taunts when Phoenix gets hurt are super helpful. So I strongly recommend Colossus. Now, I do believe that Yo-Yo's an optional second, and they each have their other uses outside of Dark Dimension 3. So Yo-Yo's fantastic in Ultimate 7, a little less so in Arena Defense, a lot less so in Arena Defense after Ebony Maw comes out, because her slot has to be Ebony Maw after that. And clearly Colossus is fantastic on Alliance War offense. So I'm just going to leave Colossus in because I really believe in him. But note, Yo-Yo's okay too. Next one I would strongly recommend going into City, actually, is Carnage. The person that he will amplify Spider-Man the way that Colossus is going to amplify the MVP of Phoenix. So he gives a lot of turn meter, heals. That's pretty much all damage. That's what you need there. I mean, I'm not going to go all the way to Venom right now, but the third one that I would put down here that also amplifies him is Ghost Rider. So those three in City make total sense to me. These two in Global and Hela and Cosmic make total sense. Next, you would want to invest, and this is way more than 5. Look, I'm already at 6, and it's kind of spread out. I've got 2 Bio, 2 Mutants, and 2 Mystics. I would recommend an additional Bio just because outside of the game, I mean outside of Dark Dimension 3 and even inside Dark Dimension 3, Black Bolt makes a lot of sense. We don't know what Ebony Maw is going to be, and we don't even, I mean obviously no one even has him yet, so it doesn't make sense to include in the full list yet, but some of these black spaces, open spaces on the right may make sense to be characters like Corvus at skill or Proxima at skill, and then that could be Ebony Maw. That could finish out the Cosmics. I won't be using them because they're not going to be farmable for a very long time. But by the time they are farmable, maybe it makes a lot of sense to do that. I also believe strongly in preparing for another meta character for Ultimus 7 and many other modes of the game, and including Ultron on your global team. As you go through here, obviously you start with the MVPs, and then as you have more time to collect more materials, expand the teams. It'll make the battles go faster, but the MVPs are already in place, and you're not wasting anything on, say, you know, I'm just gonna pick on him for a moment. Shield Trooper, maybe he's fast, but he's not helping. So this is 100% value add the whole way. Many believe in Minister Sinister. He also would need to be farmable for me to make a strong recommendation for him. He is not farmable now, so I'm going to remove him again. Believe that, you know, you're better off with a strong single character than a weak clone of someone else on the other team at this point in time. So if he can get him to 7-star, then that would be the way to go. Past that in Cosmic, I personally believe that, you know, maybe Proxima Midnight, Corvus Glaive makes sense. I may be doing Minerva because it will help me in Ultimus 7 some. I've already done Invisible Woman, but I actually probably don't recommend that now because of all the biomats that are required. And down here in City, if you can get through all of this and one more bio, it would be Venom. I'm just really high on the Symbiotes right now, on what they can do to Hydra, on what they can do in Dark Dimension 3, on what they can do in raids where either Spider-Verse or City are required, like Alpha or Gamma. They do a really good job, and if they get a 4th member like Anti-Venom, who can then remove negative status effects from the team, they will be completely unstoppable, and they're far and away the best team for the gold challenge. So that's what I want to work on over time, and I just won't work a 5th City. I don't need to work Punisher there for a 5th, not until one comes out. What if Shang-Chi comes out? I wouldn't want to have to then chase all the materials for him. I would love to just add him when he comes in because I didn't waste my materials on Punisher. But that's the moral of the story for today. There's a few key characters that make a lot of sense in Dark Dimension 3, those MVPs on the left. Phoenix, by far. The next one is Symbiote Spider-Man, whose event will return on April 15th, less than 2 weeks from now. So get ready, get some stars, make him more powerful. And then Hela and really Greg for Cosmic. Past that, you can pick other characters that you want just because you like them. I mean, since I did Invisible Woman, I keep thinking, maybe I'll do Thing. They're going to punch him. He'll punch right back. It's clobbering time. I like the thought of that, and this is a game. So maybe that's the way I should go. Anyway, just wanted to share those thoughts. The primary one being work the MVPs first. Next, just work 5 to start across all of them, and then you can just use your MVPs. So you'll get to global next. If you have a couple there or 3 globals, that's plenty. You don't need 5. You get to Cosmic. If you have 2 really strong ones, you don't need 5. Wait until you could say, work Ebony Maw if he makes sense here. I don't know that for sure. We haven't even seen his kit yet. We don't even know how the Inhumans will or won't be farmable before his event, or the second run, or future runs after that. But the odds are that you want to be able to focus on those meta characters, not just for Dark Dimension 3, but for what it means for the rest of the game, as far as Ultimus 7 or Ultimus 8 by the end of the year, raids, arena, and other modes. So you have to invest very wisely, or you'll be trapped behind decisions that you make now that will affect you for a long time. Anywho, I also want to point out this is a week's growth on the sunflowers, so they're going crazy. We'll have to thin them out sooner than later. It's also very hopeful in the midst of all of our experience here right now. And with that, I wish you all well and take care.